Push all the buttons. Jump in streaming voice 1. And might be a good idea to take a nap. There we go. I forgot I got that back. I put V2 in this box, I think. Because I did get mine back. I've already been to the mailbox because that's how I got my hoe back. And I went and looked at the scoreboard for the Creators Challenge. And all I can say is GG to the winner. But I'm trying not to give too much away. Yesterday I actually meant to work on this little project over here. I think this is going to be my last major dig for this server for the season. It's a shulker farm. It's just, it needs to be dug out. I ended up helping in the Spring District because they needed a huge area flattened and, well, might as well. At some point, I either need to go get my beacons back or just go buy more. Aw. Because I do have 3 of them set up over there, and it's 3 full beacons, bases, and everything. Ow. Also, there's several slime chunks here, so... On Twitter, somebody posted a thing that says, would you mine 1,000,000 blocks in Minecraft for, I think it was $15,000? And all I could think of was, I've got over 1,000,000 uses on my pick already, which means I've mined over 1,000,000 blocks. And on this server, that's on the low side. So... Also, I've been thinking about my nether claim, and if I'm being honest, with what's there now, I'm actually feeling like I kind of want to tear it all down and start over. Just not happy with it. But that's not the only thing that's coming up here. So it'll be next month, but I've actually officially been invited to another server with some friends. And I join on the 11th of next month. I'm not withdrawing my support for Impulse or anything, but I might not be on here as much or at all for a little while. I, regardless, do plan on being here for the last little bit of the season anyways. Even if I don't do much. Probably do things like group activities, come back for more abbot caving. Maybe more digging. But basically, this whole, it's the 24 block clearance all the way around on all sides of the shulker farm that I plan to build here. Which is funny because I kind of am running low on shulker shells. Let me through. I think my cat's getting rambunctious. Inside. I have some granite. Gravel. Ores have been putting over here. That's an ore too. I think I'm gonna grab 2 of them, take them over here. those ones away. I was also thinking earlier, with as small as this one is a mini dig compared to what I was working on yesterday. And I was thinking, with as many people as volunteered for that one, it would probably be way under an hour to dig it if everybody showed up here. Part of my thinking, though, with the whole not being on ISV 7 for a little while, it's nothing wrong or anything. Nobody did anything in particular. It's just that there does come a point where there's a natural conclusion. And yes, I'm well aware that I haven't gotten everything done that I wanted to do, but I also was thinking on that, and I don't think I've ever done that. Actually gotten everything I planned to do done in the world. So ow. The bottom layer down at the bedrock is actually glass, so they don't spawn down there. Now, I've been thinking about setting up the glimpse thing, but I feel like it would take a bit of time to make sure everything goes through correctly. And as it stands right now, I don't actually have time to do that. Important question. What's its name? Danny. Because, you know, priorities. Basically, everything inside this red box of wool has to go. Oops. So yeah, never mind that it's a phantom. What's his name? Still on my to-do list in my first world is to capture one and name it Smidvarg. I just haven't got to that. It's hard to play on more than one world at a time. Back when I had 3 running at once, Minecraft series, that's because I actually did have time to do that. And I just don't have the time now. Makes me sad, but you know, here we are. I'm not going to do one layer at a time. I'm just doing this layer first, and then I'm going to do the next one down. Because we're going to need to be able to climb back up. I did try to measure at the end claim, and it turns out there's actually not enough clearance there for a shulker farm, which is why I'm doing it here. If I'm going to be digging, it might as well be at my first claim. There are some caves on some of the sides of it, but oh, and tomorrow my new monitor is supposed to arrive. So there's that. I had some money from Christmas because that's often something people give. And I had enough to actually procure another monitor. So the joke is that my New Year's resolution is 1440p. We're going to fall down a hole in a second. Maybe not in a second. Might be a little little bit longer. And so on Saturday, there's theoretically going to be a ceremony for the top 5 players from the Creators Challenge. I think I would have placed higher than I did if I had actually not had everything happen that did and actually did the escape room challenge. Might as well say hi. Found another hole. Yeah. I'm actually not near my bed, so it shouldn't be a problem. I was discussing possibly getting a new monitor with my mom, and it's not necessarily that there's anything wrong with it, but the usual recommended cadence is about once every 5 years or so to replace your monitors because the technology changes. And then the other reason for me personally is because there's a bunch of smudges and streaks on this display that I have currently, and I'm running into where, is it a smudge or is that a name tag? There's been issues with the bartering farm. That's kind of an ongoing thing. I could point at my monitor and say something right now. There's a smudge on the right-hand side in the middle, and I can't actually tell if that's a name tag or a smudge, but I know it's a smudge because of the way it follows me. If it was a player, it'd be moving independently of me. I thought somebody said don't sleep. This would have been done yesterday, except for... In fact, based on how much time was spent on that project, as well as how much of it I personally did, yeah, I would be completely... This might be the point where I have to switch over to doing one night at a time. Was it Schalt that said that they wanted somebody said they wanted Blackstone for something? I don't remember who it was. The biggest thing I'm looking forward to is that there's a few people that are streaming at about the same time I do. And by actually joining their server, it would be collab streaming for me. It's not their fault, it's just the way it worked out. There's a few stream things I should probably fix. Like the link. I think I can just use the @ and then my YouTube handle for that. Which is different from the actual channel name. The other day I was talking with Panda about stats and stuff. Because there's a few things that I was really hoping to do and whatnot, and the whole comparison thing. What I didn't tell Panda is that at this point, I've actually turned off the viewer count, so I don't know how many people are here. As well as I haven't even bothered looking at my stream summary or stats. I don't know how many people have been here on average. Could be 20, could be 0. I don't know. Church badge. Turing. On the scoreboard, I will say this. For the Wither fight, Turing is the only person who actually scored higher than I did. And I think it's related to he did his completely by himself. And from my understanding, he did not die. He did not die at all, which is really good. We were discussing in voice about so for the project that's going on in Spring District, they want lots of leaves. And I said I've mined over 1,000 stacks. What I really should have said is I've mined over 1,000 stacks of spruce leaves and 1,000 stacks of oak leaves each. Which is like 50 some odd shulkers of each. Almost a full double chest of shulkers of them. Oh, that's the other thing. The Frog and Chicken SMP. Juji's been on there, and Jade, and several other people. Save mushroom is steak. Yep. What am I supposed to eat? I don't know. Do you like kip? Yep. Yep. Ever be like, I feel so cold out. You know. I still find it hilarious that she's actually eaten more golden carrots than I have. Steak producing cow. Yeah, yeah. You're more pescatarian. Were they in an adventuring party? What if they just happen to wander into a fire? Peace, love, and plants. Yep. Better go a little more. Yeah. Where did you come from? Whatever. There's probably a few spots that still have a dark spot here and there. I admit my lighting isn't perfect, but it was good enough to get a mod going, so that's all that matters. Uh-huh. I believe I know where their island is, too. I'm nowhere near it. Mm-hmm. I will say, when I'm not live on ISV, I will not be using the ISV voice chat, streaming voice. Also, it is against the use of it, so I'm not going to log in and hit the go live thing and then log off, because that's both a violation of your agreement to it, as well as it's just wrong. If you're not going to be on ISV, you should probably not be live on ISV. I mean, well, I would appreciate the help. I don't actually have the shulker shells to. I don't think I have the shulker shells to keep everything, unfortunately. Which is kind of ironic since it's a shulker farm that goes here. Then the main reason to not use TNT is mostly because it doesn't give you nice clean lines. And I want to try to keep the edges nice and neat. Or at least as neat as I can. I'm probably going to go fill in holes too. Make the walls nice and smooth. I'm going to go empty my pockets. And I did actually leave an ender chest over at that other project, but I also left a crafting table and donated a bunch of shulker boxes and stuff. You want to make sure that there's plenty of materials. Nope, that's the full one. If I had to guess, Chimkin and Dolly are going live here? The other criteria that spot required is it has to be a place that's got enough room for the whole thing without poking out of the top. On the plus side, my stone supply is building up now. I at some point got the rigging done on the ship, except for I want to tie off the yard arms too, because right now they're just kind of freely able to flop around. You want it loose, but you don't want it to be like completely untied because you'll break it if the wind catches it. And then the surface of the ship itself. That's not the way I want to go. That's the way I want to go. How many shells do I have left? Uh, 56. I don't have enough wood, but I got plenty of. I have a spruce. Because it was one of those changes they made in more recent versions, is that all the biomes are now 3D, and so it's possible to have a bit of not mushroom biome under your mushroom island. I don't think I should say who all got what place in the challenge mode thing, but I'm okay with saying, I think it's okay if I say, I got 5th. I was thinking I would either get first or fifth and nothing in between. I was, however, a little surprised by the order of the others. Hey, look, stone diamonds. You don't see that much. Huh. You don't see that too often these days. With the other project, I was switching back and forth between my fortune and silk. Because you go longer that way, but I think I'm just going to repair my silk. This isn't really anything that I'm in a huge hurry for, necessarily. Ah! Stone diamonds, just randomly. There's stone diamond ore. Okay. It's one of those, you weren't expecting that. Direct and decide. Oh, there's another stick and decide. Unfortunately, the furnace is kicking on because, well, it is that time of year. I believe Glaive said he would go at least 24 blocks. And because of how I am and with the point in the season that I'm at, I'm okay with digging it out. I would kind of have to dig out at least the middle because there's no holes large enough for one. With the end claim, what I was running into is it kept running into the redstone up top. And then the other problem is the clearance down at the bottom is small enough to where if I try, I would have to put buttons on the bottom of the island. So I couldn't even offset it. So as big as that thing is, there just isn't room for that. Which, by extension, means there's not actually enough room inside the island for an ender. I could do one outside the island, but I'm trying to avoid doing stuff like that. I actually dug a few blocks above the top of that. Let's see, why 14? That's not too bad. I'm on so many Discord servers now, I actually had to increase the size of my Discord window in order for mine to not be off the bottom of the page. I'm also thinking I would like to do a video basically showcasing everything that I've done on ISV. And I also have been thinking about it, and I think it'd be a good idea to go ahead and do a finale episode for my single player series. Because as it stands right now... Well, there's a notification. Oh, hi, Ren. Right now it just kind of ends. There were 30 episodes and like 60 live streams, and it just kind of stops. But I haven't had time. I'm gonna probably go prepare the pick after this. And I reiterate, how much of this is really needed? And the answer is yes. Time to go fix. The radius of the beacon is a lot bigger than my area I'm taking. As I've built things up, it's getting harder to fly through here. As far as completions go, the only claim I'm really concerned about doing that for is my first claim there. I think I could probably make more silk picks too, but so my new monitor is supposed to arrive tomorrow, and I don't know when it's actually going to be here. So I'm gonna have, if it's not here before I get back from my appointment, I might have to leave the curtains open, and if it does arrive, I'm going to probably take a quick break from the stream to make sure it's inside the house. It's also possible for it to arrive after stream. I've had that happen. Oh, I should have dropped those off. Oops. Oh well. Stick them in there for now. And then later on I'll go and empty that shulker and be like, why are there some ender pearls in this shulker box? Not trying to get a crit on a slime, that seems, especially the small ones, but it's just they're above me. In my mind, I was thinking, so when I get done with the hole today on stream, I should start with the building, and I mean, pulling up the instance of Minecraft that has the template in it. Then I actually started getting like, it's probably not happening this stream. I have been thinking on Discord about leaving a few servers that I'm on because there's several that I have never actually interacted or anything on, and the people whose server it is, I don't ever have anything to do with anymore. And there's one, it's actually the place that I used to have a server from. You're supposed to only be on that one if you actually are using their service, and since I haven't in quite a few years at this point. And then there's also, a few years ago, my most watched person was Evil, followed by Brody. And I haven't really been watching Brody. I've watched some Evil, but not Brody. Just because time. There's people here on the server that stream at about that time, and I'd rather watch them. Even if Brody is a friend of Tango's, and Tango being a friend of Impulse. Just because it seems silly since I've not really done anything there or posted anything ever and haven't been watching Brody. Plus, he tends to not be family friendly, so. Yay! Oh, I am not sure how well my computer's going to handle doing 1440p as the canvas. The canvas size in OBS is how big your actual screen is. And I think at least at first I'm going to try downscaling to 1080p. I should go empty my pockets here. And so I don't know how well it's going to do that. Right now I can't stream and use shaders at the same time. Although I did figure out the right setting to make it to where I can actually get at least 30 FPS out of it. All right, grow. Let's see that box. And while I'm up there, I'm gonna deposit that and grab a box of spruce. I've had times where I get 1 diamond per ore with fortune 3, and then I've had times where I get like 8 diamonds out of 4 ores or more. I'm gonna need more room for diorite. Let's grab a box of spruce because I got tons. I actually have a partially used shulker full as well as another full shulker. Oh, right, the nether claim. Didn't put that away. Put these in here. Run back up because I meant to put it in the box, but no. Memory of a sieve. I do know next season I would like to do base mates. By the time I have thought that that would be a good thing for me to try doing, I already had all my claims. Well, not the nether claim, but I had both overworld claims, which is actually the one where it would matter because that's the only one that actually gets bigger if there's multiple people there. There's somebody that I was a while back talking about doing a base with, but both me and one other person that were talking about it already were at our max, so we couldn't. It looks like their second claim is going to be a multiplayer claim. Two of the people in the top 5 were like, how did I get into the top 5? And then I looked at the scoreboard and it's like, well, 4 of you were in every single event. And then 3 of you also did the bonus one, which was to do a Christmas stocking for someone. Just to show your appreciation for somebody on the server. And it could be anybody. Didn't have to be any of the contestants. I ended up skipping out on that one. Now here's Squishy. Where are you? Oh, hey, more diamonds. Look, more diamonds. Let's go grab those. There you are. And there's Creeper Central. Yep. The change to XP pickup. It is. Oh. There is an unlit spot up there. Oh dear. See, by default, you're going to be throttled by how fast the player can pick it up. It means you can pick up more in less time. I found a hole that's not lit. Oh dear. Ow. There you are. Found another cave. Ethics. Because in a normal default game, your actual throttle isn't how fast you can generate it. It's not how fast the whatever it is dies, or how many of them there are. Your actual throttle is how fast you can pick it up. And we're down to deep slate. Great. I'm guessing that's a slime drink. Or at least one of those is. The whole point in doing the change to the XP pickup is simply because lag. With the way it normally does by default, especially at like an ender or whatever, because the player can only pick it up so fast, it ends up you have giant piles of XP just swirling around, and that can get pretty laggy. In my single player LP world, what I finally ended up doing was installing clumps, which basically means you instantly pick it all up. not actually sure exactly how deep it goes, but it does go to bedrock. And if we're just at the what used to be bedrock level, I got like 50 some odd blocks to go. For the healthy snakes. Something I don't care about. Oh. Nope. I'm going to delete that bottom block. I thought it was because that stuff isn't food, it's what food eats. Eh? That seems like a rather sluggish taxi. Pixies it around now. Yeah, I've gotten Chimkin's cousin, a banana boat. One time I got a random boat just because we'll need this when their ice caps melt. We've had some cooked juji before. And we got a stove yesterday, banana boat, hair of the dog, stuff in the back of the fridge, sturm stew, Olaf's arm, Mr. Bubbles, mud corns. And then here's some more of it. Let's see, we got leftover snowman head, earthworms, beetroot soup, tapioca, lotion, peanuts and almonds, pop rocks, Mr. Bubbles, cheese, asparagus, perfect pumpkin pie, picture of food. Somebody placed one. Definitely not cooked penguin, limes, right big Chimkin's cousin, cold cubes, hush money, salad, loophole, poppies insides, bleached netherite block, it's an iron block, water, and a burned potato. And those are the ones I have. Plus I got a cake for Sturm's birthday. No. Right. So I have plenty of wood, I just don't have shulker shells. So it's a little speed. So, see, Cap, you don't have to sell one of all the things. Everybody else already does. Oh, everything despawned. Yeah. There goes more diamonds to Ipsy. Yeah. Server is restarting. Your call is important to us. Please hold. Wondering. Hello. Hello. Yeah. Community. Here it comes. Media share. And it's modded. Okay. I think they're all over on the Frog and Chicken SMP right now. Would be my guess. Yeah. I think. It's so hard to stream because everybody's live all at once. I mean, for servers, there's a few options. Could join another Hermit's Patreon, or I did get an invite to the Twitch production server, but there's not really anybody on it right now because they're all playing on here. And the Frog and Chicken one, there's people on it. They're on there right now, live. Maybe it's the best I'm not on there right now because they're going to go kill a dragon. It's like, hey, wait a minute. I'm a dragon. Uh-oh. But if I do start streaming from there, I should be able to do more collab streams pretty easily. And then the other option that I toyed around with, I haven't done a whole lot with it. I did buy a license for that AMP software, but that's just to play around and figure out what it is I want on a server. And then talk to Rill and start season 4. The problem is I don't know who would actually join. That'd be even emptier than this server. I guess I'm gonna have to read that later because there's a Yanzi shared a wall of text in the new server, Discord server, for just basically here's an easy way to make friends kind of thing where we do things together. Unfortunately, there's this giant hole in the middle. Stupid little kid. Give me back my torch. It's actually hard to say where he spawned. I don't know. I believe both Smoothstone and Deep Slate are on the list of items that despawn quicker. Dump truck. So yesterday I had to cough and I pushed a button and it didn't actually mute Discord for me because there's been some kind of an update and so you have to reauthorize it. So yes, I want to be able to mute Discord. I'm quite sure of that. I believe they said they wanted to go eat earlier. Do I even have any insight? No. I don't have gravel either. We're actually getting to the point where I'm going to need to start transitioning to deep slate boxes. So while I was working on that other dig, I'm one of those people that has to have all their chests organized all of the time. And then, of course, there were those that were like, oh yeah, just cram it in whatever space is available. Because it won't matter, because there'll be an item sorter. And I want to be like, do you not realize just how slow those things are? We're getting to the point where this doesn't really help. I do know on my own server, if I were to do that, I think I want that plugin that makes haste 2 plus another right pickaxe instant mine deep slate. Ooh, another one. We are currently in the transition phase between deep slate and stone. So this level instant mines all the way off the top. The next level, not so much. When some of this dirt. Yep. Yeah. It's actually kind of tempting to grab the TNT right now. Maybe after I get to the level that's all deep slate, because this stuff's hard to do by hand. Although, I think it also has a higher blast resistance than regular stone does, and regular stone's a pretty high blast resistance, so... It's not a special time for me or anything, it's just... When I was looking into setting a schedule for streaming, this is one of the times I had available. And it just happened to be right now. The other option was to stream like at 2 or 3 a.m. my time. And I'm like, I'm not so sure I want to stream at a time that'd be most convenient for, you know, the Australians. another one. I'm gonna run out of. We had this one earlier. No. Really? There was talk earlier about there being some issues with Pretzel not having the full catalog. Right, he's been logging in after the restart and AFKing. I should probably sleep anyways. Just to stop the phantoms. It is true I'm working way below ground, but I do have to come up occasionally for things like to put stuff away. A little bit of stone. I saw them talking on their Discord that it's a known issue that like half the catalog seems to be missing altogether. Or there'll be a certain category and there'll be songs that do not belong in that category. Which it's had trouble with to begin with. Like how there's a few songs that I try to skip because it's set to instrumental only, and songs with words throughout the entire thing are not instrumental. I'm sorry. That's just not how that works. It's not how any of that works. Hang on. Screwdriver. See about. Or did it already despawn? Do I have? Huh? I don't know what that is. Is there not a my liked tracks? There is. There's no playlist though, so I can't tell you what it's gonna play. This is why you go ahead and favorite stuff. So you can go, oh, hey, this thing is broken, but you know these songs are... Discord server? Well, it's from Anno. They have to invite you to it for things like hanging out. Sorry, I wasn't watching chat. I was busy messing with my pretzel. Yeah, basically they were talking about doing various projects together and meet and greet things. I don't know if you're on there or not. No. I think they said we can invite others, but I'm not sure, and I'm actually a little busy at the moment. But it's a separate Discord server from the ISV Discord. I don't want you slimes. Why must you spawn? There's a lot of diamonds here. I remember doing some calculations on Doc's perimeter dig, and my calculations said it should be roughly 12 shulkers of diamond ore. But I was thinking it should be a lot less than that because people kept stealing it, and not to mention what got lost for things like the whole diamond tower thing. Yeah, I don't read that right. Got to replace that one. I don't need gravel or dirt. Oh, that's andesite. Yeah, andesite. Duh. That's the one I'm replacing. Now, the ores I am absolutely not going to let rot. But I might end up having to let stuff like deep slate just rot because I don't have any more shulker boxes. Not because I don't want it, but because the farm that I'm digging for, I kind of need it running so that I can collect the materials as I dig it out. Hello, drinky poo. I'm gonna go empty my pockets first before I do the next slice. No diaripe got andesite. Actually, I need to make the chest first. That might help. I do actually need to go to the office too. But I think after this I'm gonna take a break from digging and go grab stuff from the nether claim. I have checked in spec. This is mostly solid all the way down. There's like a couple of little caves here, but once you get through those, it's nothing but deep slate. And probably some diamonds too. I think I have enough durability to get through the rest of this. Getting close though. On voice, we were talking about breaking your wings, and I'm like, yeah, I've never done that. I don't ever let it get that low. Pickaxe, axe, shovel, sure. Wings, no. I kind of need that. Even my armor I've had break before. Go repair that, and then go set up and go to the nether claim. A little bit of diorite. Actually, it goes into two. I did already go ahead and just grab basically everything from my end claim, except for what really needs to stay there, like the saplings. The saplings and any of the bone meal and any of the machines that take bone meal. This will probably take a couple of trips. Just because there's quite a bit of stuff out there. Because I'm just not feeling it. I got the whole thing dug all the way down, and I got the new fortress built up, and the old fortress torn down to a point. And I'm not super happy with it, and I also am kind of tired of the project altogether. $500. There's only like a chest, empty chest, an inner chest, and the crafting table at my second overworld claim. And beyond that, I don't believe there's actually anything there at this point. I'm kind of tired because I ran into that problem that we were talking about yesterday in voice, which is your natural sleep cycle has you up until 2, 3, 4 a.m., but then your real life has you having to be up at 6. Oh, you should totally follow your circadian rhythm. No, you need to follow the standard 9 to 5. To heck with your circadian rhythm. While you would feel more rested, the world doesn't operate that way. I was thinking, if I do end up actually using my own Discord server for anything, I'm probably going to just go ahead and set it up so that that's at the top of my servers list. I got the crenellations on, and I carpeted, and I've been looking at it, and I'm like, I'm not happy with this. Nothing in there, nothing in there, nothing there. That. Nothing there. Stone bricks. I'm gonna need to grab some yes, let's fill our inventory up and then go to empty something else so we can... Yep. I'm just going to stick it all in one chest so I can see how much I've actually got to bring. This is going to be a pain. Take that with me. I do have an empty shulker. It's not empty because I got somebody put stuff in it. That's more than an inventory full. So at least 2 trips. shulker. And I have all of that. I need a couple of empties. I can probably squeeze most of this into that box. Ironically, I just put away some chests here. There would be the extra one of those. It's from over here. But if I'm not going to be using it over here, I might as well pack it up. Actually, I need one more. Because we're going to need one final box for all the fences. I think I'm going to keep them all in one box. It should be mostly organized stuff, except for a couple of shulkers like that. This is definitely going to take a couple of trips. So I'll fill that back up later. Where did I put my boat? Did I stick it? I stuck it in the box. Gonna need that. And then after that, just start filling up the inventory, leaving at least one spot free. So that I can put my totem away. So I'm just, after all the digging and with everything, coupled with some little bit of mental health issues I've been having, I'm thinking it's time to just step away from that project for now. I've been trying to focus more on just like the main overworld claim. It's the only thing left. I want to finish that shulker farm and get some shells going, which is going to require a mod coin redemption, and that's fine. And then I need basically the detailing on top of the ship, on the deck, primarily. The other thing I've been torn on is trying to squeeze the storage back inside the ship. But I might. I'm thinking with as much stuff as I have now compared to when I moved the storage out of there, I don't think I'm going to bother. From like my second claim, I would probably actually use the chest boat as extra storage, but because of how far that flight is, I didn't want to bother. Plus, I then have to actually leave it in boat form all the way back to my other claim. Let's see, lava buckets. I think I grabbed a few of those. Potions and potion making things. Night vision. Partially filled stone. That's a full stone. And a full stone, full stone. Stone brick. That's the other miscellaneous, and those are both night vision. Oh, this needed another box anyways. Huh. That box. Needed packaging. And the scaffolding box. That should be nice, even stacks all the way around. It is not. Okay. Signs go in there. The doors go in there. Cobble goes over here. And the barrels go in the back. Wood products. I think most of this stuff has a stackable spot. Actually, I need to take the ladders over and refill my blast furnace. Because I keep using that for not full stacks. So I'm not particularly happy with it right now, and I kind of want to rip it apart and try again, but I think I'm going to refrain from that. And just step away from that project for the time being. I know, everybody would love to see it finished, but I'm thinking that my sanity is probably worth more than that. Oh, there's a cracked deep set test. Actually, let's move that all down there. I mean, technically, that's a decorative detail item. And we got one of those. And I'm not actually sure where that... I think that boat was a puppy gift. So I'm going to stick it in there. I know technically that's not food. Next load. If you stay on top of it and on top of the organization, it's really easy to get things put away. That's why back in November, before I took my little break, it took me like an hour and a half to get everything from all of my claims into one place. I could dig out another hole for that tree farm, but I don't think I'm going to bother rebuilding that. If I need wood, I'll use the one I've got. Same thing with leaves. I could do a new leaf farm there, and I could rebuild everything I've got at my end claim, at my first claim. But I would have to dig out space for it first, and as it stands, I don't really need the moss farm anymore, but I'm leaving it in case. And as for the tree farm, well, I haven't really used it in a while. Yeah. Well, Peach hasn't been on the server much. Mapping's looking good. I don't know if I actually hit all the songs that I do actually like. So, we're going to need 3 trips here. Oh well. All these are full boxes, so it shouldn't take that long. The trip back and forth is going to be the long part. For me, with the Frog and Chicken SMP, the big thing, other than just it having actual people on it, is a lot of them tend to stream the same time I do. And the other thing, too, is as far as I know, the technical guy on the server is Time Lord. That's it. That's all the technical people. And traditionally, in every world I've ever been in, I'm the one who has to do all that technical stuff. So part of me is thinking, give him a break and not have to be the only technical person on the server. Still build 2, but it won't be as nice as here on ISV because I'm going to have like infinite everything. I just go sprinkle some diamonds and I'll have whatever I need. But that's okay. I think one of my little side projects while I'm not necessarily streaming from here is going to probably be tunnel bore mining in a mining world, because I would like to get my diamond blocks back up again. I just have to go do it. Because at one point, I actually had like 6 stacks of diamond blocks in there. At one point. Currently, it's down to 1. I keep some diamonds separate in my ender chests for spending money, but let's see. Now there's stuff here. Fire resistance. Most of the rest of that looks like deep slate. That's coupled. No, it's not. Never mind. That's coupled. I haven't been paying much attention to in-game chat today either. My brothers don't play Minecraft. My older brother might, but I have no idea. I've had no contact with him for the better part of a decade. And my other brother tried it once on Xbox, and him and his wife didn't like it, and so they dropped it altogether. I don't know if my nephew plays or not. It's possible. This should be the last trip for this. $500? $1,000. I'm gonna leave those slabs on the walls for now. I don't really see any point in removing them because they're just part of the wall at this point. My younger brother used to have the artistic skill to probably be able to do a player skin, but I don't know. I just dang it. Whatever. I can't tell you how often I do that. Start typing out a message. On second thought. And then I don't ever post it. I do that on Discord too. It's not going to be the last trip ever going there. It's just going to be the last one for a little while. And my junk drawer is kind of full. I should probably, there's a couple of shulkers in there. I should probably take them out and just empty them. Because they're just taking up space now. I appreciate Yanzi having that wall o text, but I'm busy trying to stream right now. Otherwise, I would read it. Get things put away, then I'm going to go to the office. My refraining from saying who got what position is because I don't quite remember who was in second and third. I keep getting them backwards. But also, I want the other people to find it for themselves. Fire resistant needs more in there. There is. Goes in the wool. That goes in the wool. That's totems. Nether bricks. Deep side stuff. Okay. Wool. That goes there-ish. And couple deep side stuff. I have a lot of that. Enough for 2 shelters of it, even. That would go in there too. This box is almost completely full. And another brick. Stick that there. I think that might have been a puppy gift too. That actually goes over in books. Honestly, it goes more with the books than it does in that category. Well, everything's put away anyway. To the office. At least creepers can't. Yep. Flying in creepers. She puts things together weird sometimes. I'm gonna need more context on that. Okay, I guess somebody shot me with a trident. I will say if I end up not streaming from ISV for a while, I might not hit 100 100 pages of streams here. January 10th. Work it on digging a hole for the shulker farm. TV. No, I was busy trying to fill out my book. Eh. I think I might spend the rest of the stream just digging. Aww. Poor crib. No. I'm thinking it's entirely possible I may have already had it, but I wouldn't know because I haven't bothered with testing because it's not that false belief that if you don't test for it, you can't possibly have it, but rather it does me no good because it doesn't slow anything down. There is no quarantine. It's just where I'm at in life right now. Have the doctor be like, oh no, but you need to do this. Nope, can't. Let's try not falling down that hole because I'm not sure I'd survive. I have feather falling. And dragon falls down the hole. So that's been my other thing too, with based on what the symptoms are, especially if you've had some of the vaccines. That's pretty normal for me actually. My stomach's complaining. So you will accept that there was a piece of pizza and that's it, and you will like it. From my understanding, that's part of what my issue is I just don't eat enough or very well. I do struggle with leftovers as a general rule. I am one of those, and unfortunately, the supposedly healthy stuff, you end up with so much of it. You need like 5 more people to be able to eat it, without having any leftovers. It's sort of like why I wouldn't bother with a turkey for Thanksgiving, a whole turkey. Those things are huge. Those things are huge, and it's just me. I don't need a turkey. That reminds me. One of the other things that was being discussed in voice is the pain tolerance. It's like, yeah, that's actually a known thing. When you're in chronic pain all the time, stuff will barely bother you that makes other people double over and start crying. For me, a few years ago, I stubbed my toe on my desk that I had at the time, which I didn't really think anything of it at first. But then I discovered I had shoved a piece of wood up under the toenail, which was pretty painful, and it kind of popped the toenail loose. And then it never healed, and so I ended up going to a foot doctor finally. And they pulled the nail off and discovered that there had been a piece of wood jammed up under the nail the whole time for over a year. And she commented on that pain tolerance. I was like, well, yeah. When you have chronic pain issues, it tends to, well, you build a resistance to it. Ironically enough, most of the people that would tell me that I'm a weakling or whatever are the ones who would be doubled over in pain and unable to function at all, unable to move. There's a few slime chunks around here. And it's really probably more of the stone than deep slate, honestly. Not as concerned about the deep slate, mostly because you go tunnel bore mining and you get the cobbled version, which is what you really need to make all the other little blocks. I say, is there another diamond ore there? Take a minute because I'm trying to not die. Oh, you fell in a hole. Haha, you fell in a hole. Slime, go down the hole. I hear a zombie. Yeah, I've got to go one more. I mean, I suppose I don't actually have to take it all the way up, but that's not a torch, that's a rocket. Where'd it come from? I see. How do I get a mod coin if it's got that bad here? Ow. And you're over there. Did you wander over there or did you spawn over there? Might have wandered over there because I saw a zombie earlier. If you ever wanted proof that Blastprot does actually help, without Blastprot, I would have died there. Immediately. Actually, I need to go down one more low. Not that low, just one more. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be doing that with that section. Oh, that's the Red Bull. I'm like, what the heck is that? Well, normally I would stand on that section and do the thing across, but I don't think that's going to be possible here. That and then the mini cave that pops up over there, I think is the worst of it, and there might be something on the other side as well. I got notifications galore. And since that one is a part of a group thing, I, instead of a Discord server directly, get a notification there and it pushes everything else down. Because there was some talk for some scheduling of a meeting here and some other stuff, and it's like, yeah, this is gonna be tough. Don't have any andesite, but I do have some granite. Gravel, dirt. It's full of notifications. I think I'm just gonna have to do this whole section like this. Maybe a haste 3 beacon? I don't know. Let them know. It's like, hey, I am busy streaming right now. Trying about an hour. Mm. Because I believe even Sammy Terry and Watches Arcade's tunnel is less than 400 blocks. And they're as far away as you can get. Like you're literally on the world border. forgot I muted. Since I don't actually have the breeding animals achievement, make sure Keppa's online and then have the first animal I breed be rabbits. Because, you know, why not? What'd you breed? Rabbits. If I remember right, you can't actually breed parrots, so calling it the parrots and the bats is kind of silly. Because those are not animals that can actually be bred. Hopefully, Beats will be okay now, because their tunnel was way too long. And from my understanding, they did those subtunnels specifically because people were ending up with 1,500 block plus tunnels, and on a default biome-sized world, that's quite a bit. If you're in a large biomes world, that'd be a pretty normal tunnel length, but here... I will also say this, by making them shorter tunnels, it makes them more likely to actually be decorated too. Because when your tunnel is kilometers long, like I was saying in the in-game chat, my 12-kilometer jungle tunnel network is probably going to stay undecorated forever. Actually, I was thinking about trying to at some point make an exit video for that series and just end it. Because as it is right now, I don't actually have time to do all that much, unfortunately. A lot of my schedule is completely outside of my own control. And I struggle with low energy anyways, and so I'm often exhausted when I come to the stream because I've been... It's back to that whole... your natural sleep cycle says you don't go to sleep until like 2 or 3 a.m. at the earliest, but your actual life says you have to be up way, way earlier than that, that would normally allow. Put that back up. That'd be where my spoon goes. Ow. I think for tomorrow I might go and work on my end base a little bit. I was thinking some work on the library area maybe. Interiors are not my strength, unfortunately. They're not my strength, and the person that I'd be most likely to hire has been super busy. They do fantastic work. It's just, it's hard to get to, and that claim is a pain to get to anyways, because there is a gateway, but you have to fly another couple of kilometers to get to it. And in addition to that, because it's a castle, it's very large. I wonder if Porker's gonna go live. Porgo. early in the season, this was constantly busy. Like I was saying earlier in the stream, with some of the modifications they've made to make things more server friendly for performance, that includes the change to the way the XP works. Well, the orbs themselves, not actually the XP itself. And so the zombie pig farm is actually faster because Endermen follow the mob cap. You'll only ever have at max about 75 of them. Whereas with the zombie piglin farm, or the gold farm, the manual one, they summon reinforcements, which don't actually care about the mob cap. Which is why Tango's copper farm on Hermitcraft is also a mob switch. Really? I think part of that's because the other day I went to the trading hall and just bought a bunch of bookshelves. Plus, no, the XP was lost when I went to the gaming district and played a little bit of stat poker with Cap and Glaive. Because we were using our player heads to say who is who, because it was easier. And I didn't have any of my player heads on me, so Cap kindly helped me acquire one. Also, I'm going to go check on that before I go. Go check on my sugarcane, because that's been running this entire time. Also, this will give us an opportunity to get a better visual on the area I'm talking about for the shulker farm. Yeah, we're gonna run out of shulker boxes here. Might just take a little bit, but still. I have no idea why it keeps doing that. Whatever. I'm not fixing it right now. But basically this area, it's mostly full of blocks, as you can see. With a little bit of tunnel on the sides, and now over there is probably the biggest of the cave area. But then I'm going to center the farm itself in there, in that space. Yeah, I don't know why it keeps leaving the block behind. It's not supposed to do that, ever. I have a problem on the other side too, but whatever. Actually, since I'm down here, let's go and check. Over here. Any of these do the same? Doesn't look like it. Any hoozles. Since it is that time of the stream. Fell off a ladder. They were also saying about the storage and the way people store things. Sign of a great builder is that huge shulker monster chest monster. I can't do that. And I was like, so I must not be that good of a builder then. Who to raid? I don't know how long they're going to keep going. Let's raid Jade, because I've never raided her before. Be streaming again tomorrow, same time, 3 p.m. Eastern till about 6. And I'll see y'all then. Really?